ladies and gentlemen, watching on Twitch and later watching on YouTube on my channel and on Leo's. Welcome to Call of Cthulhu RPG. This is Horror on the Orient Express. We are in the Prologue, London 1893, the Blood Red Fez. This is Chapter 2. Thanks in advance for watching. We are coming to you live tonight from Scotland, England, Chile, and the USA. Over to you then, Leo.
All right. Thank you, Oliver. Well, yeah, we're going to continue the prologue of this big Call of Cthulhu campaign. And, well, I have with me this fine cast of investigators. And let's see how they fare tonight. Last episode, well, you, the audience, can check out the last episode on my YouTube channel or Oliver's channel. But to do a little, very, very quick summary, well, after helping your friend Julius Smith with a little emergency he had last night that ended in the bloodbath inside a shabby apartment building in the slums of London, he revealed to you the everything he knows about this wicked artifact, the blood red fez. Okay, and you found this student who has that this fez on him, and well, after he was about to die, and when he did expire, he transformed into a hideous monster, and the face just fell into the floor. After all the ruckus that this all caused, you managed to grab the face and secure it. After that, you had a meeting next Monday, with your friend Professor Julius Smith, and he explained you several things about this artifact that he and his colleague in Constantinople, a professor called Professor Demir, are trying to destroy the artifact. They know an individual called Mencap brought this fest to London. Who knows with what nefarious uh, purposes? And this guy that was that died, that was a victim of this fest, was a student of Professor Demir, who was assigned to watch this man and report to the good professor. But he let's say he just went out of his way, and then found himself out of his depth, and was captured. But he managed to report some things about this guy Mencaf. He is here in London with some thugs, some men that are helping him, and I think that was all. We were in the meeting with Professor Smith. He asked you, very important thing. He asked you to bring this fez that you recovered to Professor Demir in Constantinople. For this endeavor, one Leopold von Hoffler was going to finance this expedition. He is an occultist, an ally of Professor Smith and Demir, and he is going to pay for the trip in the Orient Express, so you can bring this artifact to Constantinople, the quickest way possible. It's aboard the Orient Express. It's a journey that takes 3 days across Europe, to this city of Constantinople in Turkey. He explained that he could not go to Constantinople because he was entangled some years ago with certain individuals, and for him to go to Constantinople is to invite death. So he asks you, you guys, that you do this for him. Everything has been arranged. You depart on the Wednesday. That's the day after tomorrow, because you are going to rendezvous with von Hoffler, who will board the train in Vienna. Okay, so after finishing these details and speaking further with Smith, he some venues of investigation are open to you. Professor Smith said that he wanted to go and check poor Matthew Pook's apartment. This is the guy who was found at the little apartment with the face on, and he died. And everything what happened
And
to him.
he had gone after Mencap, hadn't he? He had taken it on himself that he was going to try and capture Mencap.
Yes, no, he didn't want to capture Mencap in
Oh,
his
sorry, to capture
his
the
te-
Fez.
the telegram. Yes, the telegram he sent to Professor Demir said that he wanted to he wanted
Yeah,
to
it was
capture the
capture the
face.
Fez.
Okay,
Yeah.
but well, that didn't go well for him. So well, Professor Smith wanted to check his apartment to see if some evidence or some other notes could be found. Okay, given that this person was watching this group of people for several days since they arrived in London, and I think some of you were interested in researching further the the blood red face. So several venues of investigations are open in London before is the day you have to depart on the train.
And which
So
that's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, the day
So-
after tomorrow, the
yes,
Wednesday.
you are on Monday morning. You have the meeting with Professor Smith, and well, the rest of the day and the next day are yours to do whatever you think you need to do before
Well, we're,
working. So, well, I'm going to leave you to it. You tell me what you want to do.
while still in the meeting with Smith, I want to ask him if Mencap is anything to do with his enemy in Constantinople.
No, no, my friend, absolutely
That
no.
was
I,
Southern
I, I really, I don't really think that they have anything to do with it. It's a different, let's say, philosophy or religion. This man called Selim Makriat, he he's the one who threatens my life.
Yeah,
If I
it's just
ever
interesting that you have enemies in Constantinople, the same place where we need to go to destroy the Fez. It's just a curious coincidence.
Oh
Right.
well, yeah. I think, and I'm not totally sure about this. I think Menkaf at some point was aligned with this person Makriat, but
Oh, so you're saying now maybe
Demir
there is a connection?
Demir told me that they seem to have had some kind of a falling out. I don't really know how these evil people think or what their policies are, but I'm pretty sure Menkaf is acting on his own. And well, no, this really isn't about me, friends. I know only of this artifact thanks to Professor Demir, who is a good friend, and a proven scholar about these things, he was the one who alerted me about this. So, but this is not really about me. I'm just, in fact, I'm mixed into this, uh, just because he told his student that he could trust me for help, and well, that brought me to be summoned to that terrible garret, and that's why I asked for your help, and here we are.
Okay,
So-
of course, it was a curious coincidence. I thought it was worth a
Well,
mention.
well, yeah. Um,
But you say
uh,
now that maybe perhaps they were.
Constantinople is
There
a. I mean, the Middle East is a very mysterious place, and many, many, many lost things come from there, too. But as I said, yes, Menkav may have had something to do with Selim Makriat at some point, but I don't think they're working together anymore, according to Professor Demir. So, um, I mean, this man is a powerful man in Constantinople, and Menkav doesn't seem to have that kind of power. So,
And Mencap, you say, is here in London right now, and that's how the Fez came to be here in
well,
London.
yes, he came to London. He brought the fez with him, and well, we managed to recover it. But
So, Mencap, you expect to be chasing us to Constantinople
well,
taking it to there?
yes,
Do you
yes,
expect that he would chase us?
yes. Professor Demir was very specific, and I wanted to do that too, to warn you, my friends, that if you accept to do this for us, your life could be in danger. Will be in danger. I don't know. I don't think Menkav knows exactly that you have the fez. Okay. I
also
don't think, because really they don't they he doesn't know who you are, and I don't think he knows I am involved. I just arrived there after they left the poor man to his fate.
Did they
In
know
that,
who Matthew was? When Matthew stole the Fez from them, did they
no,
know
no,
who
no.
he-
Matthew didn't do that. As we know, he tried to, and he was captured, unfortunately. But
Right, he tried to steal it. He was captured, and they put it on his head. Then,
yes,
because Matthew was the one who was the turned into the monster, and the head was like
yes,
the Fez was in
yes,
his head. Yeah.
yes. But I don't really know the motives of these persons. I don't know why they put the face on him and then left him. I was told by the landlady that this man uh, left the premises quickly after the police was summoned, and they vacated the place and left the poor man to his devices, to his fate. So that could be the reason they had to leave the fest, because they could not take it from the man. I really don't know, but I don't want to tell you that you are safe, that they don't know who you are, because they could they could.
Well,
You
we
just
have a
have to
couple
be
of days-
careful.
We have a couple of days to do some studying and investigating. My man Tony's going to teach me how to use a gun, aren't you, Tony?
Gonna try.
Yeah.
But last episode, didn't we go to Angus's bookshop and stuff to hide the book?
No, that was where we put the Fez in the safe in my bookshop.
Oh,
I don't-
okay,
I think
sorry,
we
yeah.
discussed it. I don't think we went there yet. I think we
Oh,
discussed it. But I
okay.
don't think we went.
You were thinking to
Okay.
do about to the because Professor
Okay.
Smith in this meeting, he gave you the fez, and
Yeah.
he put it into in a hat box. These round
Yeah,
boxes.
we've got. We
Put hat.
discussed locking it up in my shop because I've got a safe, but
Mm.
we didn't do so yet.
Okay. We still have the hat.
That I'm happy for that to be the next step because while we're at my bookshop, we can all go together. We could drop off the hat there, lock it up in my safe, and I've got a spare key. I'll give one of you guys the spare key. Then I could just have a quick look around my book, see if there's anything worth grabbing before we take this trip, because I'm gonna need some reading. I'm gonna need something to read anyway. We're gonna be on a long train ride, but there might be something worth reading. I might jog my memory about a red fez. There may be some story about red fez that I've read before that might be in my collection. We can have a look.
You got any
Okay,
Vic-
let's.
Obviously, we want to have a look at the library as well, but my
I'd
shop
get-
might be worth a look.
Get Tammy some Victorian self-help books before she goes a bit mental as well.
Yeah,
You
do
know,
a little bit of
you look about
self-care.
your collection, and you don't have anything any book that references this red fez in any way, but you know that well, your collection is a bit limited but in the library of the British Museum, you could be able to investigate further about this. You could reference several books there. You know that's the best place in London to do investigation like this.
Yeah, I want to do that also, but it was just
You may have a
we're
book
gonna be at my
that
shop
guides you.
again.
Okay, you may have a book that serves as a guide. Okay, like a reference, but you will need several to reference several books to piece together this, because the only thing you remember to have read in one of your books in your collection, it's a very brief passage about it, but not something conclusive. It's just a legend in the Middle East.
The
But
point is, we're going to my shop anyway to use the safe, so I could grab them just for some reading material and anything that might be relevant. I couldn't
okay,
even anything that's not relevant, something for reading anyway. But we're going there to use the safe, so
perfect.
should we actually formally go there then, and we'll go next scene at my shop.
Also, any of you have knowledge of Arabic or Turkish or Persian?
Latin, I think.
Man.
Sanskrit.
Yeah, Latin.
Oh,
'Cause-
yeah.
Because, well, yeah, it's going to be hard to research this without that knowledge. That said, you could hire a translator so so he can help you to do this investigation, because yeah, you might find some books in English, but many books about this may be in another language.
We're heading to Turkey, so it might be worth picking up a translator, a wee NPC henchman.
I was just
tag
thinking
along.
that the same thing. If we're going to be in a different country, we should get someone
Might
who's
we,
maybe fluent in a couple of languages.
yeah, might we be
Okay.
able to find someone in 2 days? We're in London, the f- the seat of the empire. We can surely find a translator, a multilingual person. with
Okay,
this.
well, if you mentioned this to Professor Smith, okay, let me check
Oh,
something.
we were going to go to to my shop. So is Professor Smith coming with us to my shop?
Well, he said he wanted in the afternoon to go and check Matthew Spook's apartment. That's what he was going to do. But if you told him if you to accompany you, probably he will do that. will
But
accompany
unless
you.
anybody objects, and also unless anybody wants to do something else first, otherwise I think we go to my shop and use the safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of this hat first, though, because we can't be
Yeah.
walking around wandering with it.
Can't just sit on it for 2 days. So next scene in the shop then, and Smith can come with us if he wants. Smith is my friend. He's a customer in my shop. He's welcome to come with us if he wants.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, Smith, if you mention this to Smith, that you want to research more, but you don't have, you don't know how to read Arabic or Persian, he tells you he can find someone to help you in your investigation. He has good contacts in the Oriental Club, and
Well, maybe he could do that while we then. He can find us a translate.
yeah, he can ask around his contacts, and most likely he will find someone that translates for you to help you investigate this in the library. Okay, you just need to tell him who is going to go to the library to investigate, and well,
First of all, gang, who's got the credit rating to be able to hire people? Because I don't.
Oh, man.
no,
safe.
Smith tells you
I'm a team
that
player. I've got the safe already, remember?
that's the advantage
I mean,
is to have a patron, a patron. He tells you,
Oh, that's
don't
right,
worry, don't worry.
Aaron.
I think with the money von Hoffler provided, I think yeah, I can find one of my contacts and pay him to help you to accompany you to the library. Don't worry about that, my friend.
I think we should definitely hire an NPC translator. Like,
Oh, but you want a translator to accompany you in your travels?
yeah. I'm talking about hiring someone to come along with us. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What do you think, guys?
yeah,
Yeah.
he can manage that. He can manage. I think
I don't
he
speak no Turkish, no Arabic.
he can find a graduate student and pay him and hire him to be your translator. Okay, so yeah, we are going to have a hireling, a henchman.
That's what I meant. Unless anybody's got any other ideas for it, that's what I meant for a translator. We're gonna just try and hire somebody.
yeah,
Pay them
yeah.
to come along with us.
Okay, hiring
can
him
have
is not to
past
be a
experience.
problem. Okay, because this is being paid by Von Hoffler and Professor Smith. So there is no, and Professor Smith is an academic. Thank you for that follow, Imarudo. Welcome. Um. Well. Yeah. That's not going to be a problem. He's an academic. He has a lot of friends in the Oriental Club. So, with the right amount of money, he can hire uh, um, some graduate student that accompanies you in your trip. Okay, so no problems there. Don't worry, friends. I think I can ask a few students come to mind. So you will have someone to translate for you. In fact, I'm thinking a college of mine. Oh, he will be perfect. And he's a fellow archaeologist, like me. I think Professor Worth will be fine. I have to talk to him because I think he's having a sabbatical. He's not teaching this year.
A professor.
But yeah, I think Harry will be a good fit for you. I'm going to talk to him and let you know. Okay.
Sorry.
Nice. I thought we were getting a student. Now we're getting a professor. Even better.
Yeah. I think also Harry is a very good friend too. So I think
What was
I
his
can.
name? Harry what?
Yeah, it's Professor Harold Worth.
Professor Harold Worth.
My tripod has given up. It's
Oh,
just falling down. Sorry.
right.
That's okay.
Still see you. You're still squaring the camera, like.
I know I keep checking and rearranging it, but I just watching it slowly go like this.
Upper, but I
I've got
see you
an
just
angry,
fine,
an angry
Tammy.
beer phone.
I see you just fine. Okay, so what are you going to do? Maybe Smith just leave you, and he says he's going to talk to this Professor Worth and see if he wants to accompany you and help you investigate in the library. What are you going to do the rest of the day?
Well, I think after my shop, after we lock up the fez, that's then when we're gonna go do the next, like, go to the library for some investigating. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the
He's gonna-
library, in the library you can ask for for help
Yep.
for translation. You can find find a professor that will take a little more you know, time and maybe a social role to convince someone to give you a hand. Most likely some graduate student that
Just
uh,
before we leave my shop and go to the library, then.
okay, you are going to
I want-
we're going to go all together to the
Well,
to the
I
library.
assume that if we're just using my shop for the safe and moving on, before we move on from my shop, I want to grab a handful of books for reading for the journey. So like a half a dozen books, right? And I want to get something science fiction, something fantasy, and I want to just get a few different like light entertainment reading books, as well as I have an interest in the occult. So can any kind of something I've got that's occulty? Can I take a book that's along those lines? So,
Okay.
right. I'll.
I'm not leaving for the trip just now, though.
Yeah, I know, but we might not be back at my shop before we.
Over 2
before we-
days.
Maybe not. So I'll grab some books just now. I've got a book bag with me at all
I
times.
mean, I
anyway.
suppose you're going to be back to your house or to pack your things, your clothes or stuff. I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
in that case, then, if I'm going to get another chance before we go, in that case, I want to grab half a dozen books that are occultish, and I'm going to do some reading tonight when I get home, or whenever I've got some downtime in the next 2 days. I'm going to do some reading, so I'm going to grab a half dozen books that are occultish, because I've got a personal interest in the occult, so I have books of that nature around.
Oh, all right, perfect, perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna run
So,
that.
well, Professor Smith excuses
Okay.
himself and says that he wants to go to Matthew's apartment and see if he can find some more clues that poor Matthew left behind before he ran into his awful fate. So he just goes. I don't know if some of you want to go with him or just leave him be.
Yeah, I can go with him because I'm not smart, so I can't do any research for anyone.
Okay. Well, he says, "Oh, well, oh, thank you, Tony. I really, there's, I don't think that something bad will happen. I mean, but I feel really safer with you around, my friend. I really appreciate that your company."
I'll do that.
So Anthony offers himself to accompany Professor Smith to Matthew's apartment, and I suppose the rest of you are heading to the library. Okay. Well, the first thing you must do is find someone that helps you with any Turkish or Persian books that you find that you surely will find given the subject of your investigation. So I will need some persuade or a charm
I'm good at.
roll.
Yeah.
I think it's charm.
Yeah.
I'm really good at.
Now's
Let me pull my stuff up.
my.
Yep, let me pull this up on screen here as well.
I have a 15
Let's
charm.
just show those rolls.
Right. So I have got something really good. on
So, who is going to do the
175,
persuasion?
yeah.
You yourself, Angus?
I've got the charm. Oh, can you believe he failed? I'm going to push the roll if you don't mind. Fuck me.
All right, all right.
There we go.
Let's do this, okay? This is this is what is going to happen. Oh, okay. I was going to tell you the consequence because
No,
I'm
I'm going
Yeah,
to push
you
the
know,
roll.
Yeah,
Charm I'm
okay.
really good at.
okay because but I have to tell you the consequence before you do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
No.
okay.
doesn't matter. It's it's for your own good, of course. But
No, tell me.
no, it's okay. You had a hard success. But what would have happened is that you try to charm your way into this graduate student, and you come on too hard, and it takes offense, and that causes an altercation in the library, and you are kicked out. But
Oh,
not
no.
that,
I'm definitely pushing the roll if I can.
you just push it, right? You got a
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
success, so no problem with there. Yeah, you find this Middle Eastern student who has come. You make conversation with him, and he says that he is in London doing a term here in anthropology, and
Ooh.
well, he of course he is from Turkey, so he knows Turkish, and he is interested in your investigation, and he agreed to help you. So, let's roll for him. Okay, are you going to be all together researching and in the library? Because if you are, with the help of everyone, you get whoever is going to roll library use gets one bonus die. Okay.
My library use isn't the best.
I think Professor Merriweather is the academic here. If he is awake, so I assume.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think he's
You said
licking his
library?
lips.
Library use?
Library
Mine's quite
use.
low. I'll take a roll anyway if you want. Oh, look!
All right.
The
Yeah.
prof.
Well, you now. We
Yeah.
are going to need also. We're going to need a roll from our new friend that I haven't thought a name for yet. I'm open to suggestions, but
And this was a
he
student that's helping
has
us, yeah? The Turkish
he
guy.
has Turkish is his native language, so he has 85
Oh,
in
nice.
Turkish. So let's roll. I'm going just to roll 1d100, and that's a hard success. And yes, the four of you together spend quite a bit of time in the library researching everything that you can find about a blood red fez, and you begin to take notes. notes. Actually, you spend all the day until the library closes, and then you are going to need a bit more. You will be able to take out some books, and you will spend part of the night until late night in one of your houses. You can decide whatever house you want, finishing up your notes and or your investigations about this. Okay,
I'd
so
like to try
you are
something
done
before
for the
we leave
day.
library. No, well, if I can, see this chap that you've not named yet, the Turkish fellow, the student. Can I try and persuade him to come with us also? See if I can
Yes,
get him
yes.
as well
The,
on board.
the man is really
He's
really
really
interested
in our
in
investigations, so-
investigation, and because well he is doing studying anthropology, so it's very
Professor Harold Worth might be really great, but this guy studies anthropology, same as what I studied, and he's a native Turkish speaker. So I want to try and convince him to come along with us. Worth a shot.
you want to convince him to travel with you to Constantinople.
Worth a shot.
Well,
I'm
he tells you that I don't know if you are going to reveal the entirety of your plans to him,
No, I just tell him
but
that he's a translator and we're going to Turkey.
if you invite him to a trip to Constantinople, he tells
Paid
you
for.
that he will be delighted to, but he has commitments to in the university, and it's impossible to him to travel. But he thanks you very much for and the Orient Express. It's an experience that few people can afford to.
Worth a try. See if I'd gotten us. See if we'd gotten a translator and a spare tonight. That would have been some nice crew building. But
But
worth a try.
but yeah. But that was worth it. So you're done for the day until late night. So we will see the results later. But meanwhile, that afternoon, Professor Smith is accompanied by the good Anthony Taylor, big game hunter, to Matthew's apartment. Okay, and you arrive. It's a flat in a narrow building. It's in this part of the city is called Lambeth. It's just a narrow building with a small flats. You enter the building. You see a door that says caretaker. Professor Smith says, "Well, let's knock on the door," and he knocks, and a man just answers the door, an old man, and he says, "Yes, I am Griggs, Josiah Griggs. I am the caretaker of this building. Ah, what can I do for you?" I want. We are friends of Mr. Matthew Pook. He's a student, and he rents a room here. He passed away. I don't know if you heard. We are friends of his, and we wanted to take some things for his funeral. You see Smith really struggling to fast talk with this guy. He doesn't know very well how to lie to this man. Are you going to do something, Tony, or just let Smith on his own?
No, I mean, Tony's not that good with that, but he can be intimidating. So I think he's gonna like start flexing his arms and maybe just show he's got all the guns.
Yes,
get
Tony.
Beatrix to growl at him and just
Yes.
like do that.
Well,
So he's gonna intimidate.
well, okay, you do that, right? I'm going to make you roll, but not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Smith finishes his speech, and the man says, well, look, this young man has a standing debt with me of a total of £5, and so as far as I'm concerned, everything in that apartment is mine. So if you want to take anything from there, you just have to settle the debt this man had. And well, you can take whatever you want from there, but first I need to be paid.
Pretty sure me and the professor can give
well,
him that much money.
Well,
I
Professor,
would just
that
hand him.
£5.
I would just hand him the $5. I would just hand him the $5.
Fuck me, £5 was a lot of money.
No,
120
no,
years ago,
£5.
Uh,
No, at that time, £5 it's $25 more or less,
okay.
and $25 is quite a bit of money in that at that time. So Professor Smith said, "Well, good man, I don't have the notes with me in my pocket, but well." He stammers. Okay, Tony, just make an intimidation roll.
Okay. Yeah, now Tony's gonna get angry. Okay.
Ew. Oh.
20.
Well,
You know what? Can I push it? Because I've got enough stuff to push it.
okay,
Wanna get-
but this is what it's going to look like. Okay, he you will to push it because you flex your muscles and you open a bit your jacket to show your gun, but you don't see a reaction from the man. The man still is firm in what he's saying. So to push it will be like taking a more overt action against the man, like maybe slamming the door, or I'm not going to say pulling the gun out, but yeah, like it will take like a physical action, like slamming on the door and trying to be overtly intimidate. No, that's
Oh, that was Catherine.
oh.
That was me.
Okay,
say
so
Tony, for
go
fuck's
go
sake.
with go with intimidation. Sorry, and the consequence, this man is going to be angry, and he will call for help.
Okay.
Don't fail the push roll.
I'm gonna push it. Tony's gonna get Beatrice to start growling at him and say that she's hungry.
Okay.
So I get to roll again, don't I?
Yeah, you have to roll again, but if you fail,
Yeah, it's
there
gonna
will be a
bad.
consequence.
If you fail, it's disastrous, yeah. Come on, Tony.
Hard success.
Yay!
Tony,
My man.
mark intimidation. Okay, remember that we are in a campaign, so you are going to improve
Mhm.
at the end of the chapter. So you can hit that little square at the left
Mhm.
of the skill. So you mark it, so you know that you have to do an improvement roll at the end, and then you take the mark off afterwards. So you slam on the threshold of the door, and loom over this old man, and he says, "Oh, well, I suppose you look respectable enough. Well, you can go upstairs, but anyway, if the guy's dead. That money is lost anyway." And well, he turns around and slams the door, but you can go upstairs.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tell the professor that he should pay that guy some money though, eventually.
Oh, yes, yes, of course, Anthony. But £5. I didn't need think I would need that kind of money now. But yes, I will make a note to pay the poor old man. I hope he's okay. For a minute I thought you were going to give him a heart attack, my friend. But it's a good thing you came along. Well, you go upstairs to this little flat where Matthew Pook lived, and it's a single room. It's piled with papers and notes, typical of a graduate student. Searching about, you see some letters from his parents, so correspondence between him and his parents. Smith looks at these papers and says, "Oh, well, I have to make a point to let these poor fellows know that the fate of his son. That's a very sad. It's a very sad day for all of us. These people are evil. These people don't stop at anything to get what they want." Okay. Okay. Give me a spot hidden check,
Okay.
Tony, and take a bonus die because Smith is with you, looking around too.
Okay.
Oh man, that's a
Oh shit.
well.
That's
You
a
have
fumble.
you have a bonus die, so it
Okay.
unless you roll 99 again.
Fine.
Oh, okay, that's
My God.
that that's a success. Okay. Yeah,
Rolled
buried
99, my days.
buried beneath
Nearly has
all
a
these
big fumble.
papers and notes and letters, you find his journal. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you. Where is it? If I can find it first. All right.
Are you sure it's just him or to all of us?
Well, it doesn't. I'm going to assume
It's
that.
just for pulling it up on stream if you are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going to put. I'm going
sure
to
I can
put
show
it.
it to
I just
everyone.
have to find it.
Hey, I'm not.
Okay.
I'll pull Roll20 up on stream. So
It's it's not anything too fancy anyway. So it's okay. Matt, you and Smith sit for a bit and skim through this diary, and there are some extracts that that grab your attention. I'm going to put this. Let me put it for the stream. But what the fuck? Why? Oh yeah. I was clicking the wrong button.
see, I've got it up pro streamer. Hey.
Yeah. So if you want to read it, Martin, or I can read.
I'll
well-
read it. Everyone get ready because there's
Okay.
a lot of big words.
Okay, I'm going to assume that eventually you and Smith are going to share this information with your friends. So
Yeah, I will. So I'll read it. So it says, excerpts from the Journal of Matthew Pook. Excerpt 1. Menkath has a powerful influence on the gullible. He carries the blood-red fez that Professor Demir described in a nondescript hat box of dirty brown. Neither he nor his minions seem willing to touch it. My research at the British Museum have called me away from time to time, but my regular checks on Mencap and his minions reveal things are unchanged. They are stalking out a house in 3 Blithering Lane in Rotherhite. I have asked around and learned a Fez collector lives there. Professor Demir says I should be cautious, but I easily outwitted the clods Mencap Fez guard in the place. I am confident none saw me. Excerpt 3. Mencap plans to depart soon on the Orient Express back to Constantinople. I saw him purchase tickets for he and his followers, though could not tell when they intended to travel. There seems to be something else he wants before he can leave London. It could not be the Fez since he came to London with it. And finally, except for, I have decided to steal the Fez from under Mencap's nose. While he is busy in Rotherhithe, I shall break into his room and steal the blood red Fez itself. With this as my prize, I can speed back to Constantinople and hand it over to Professor Demir. Imagine the look on his face.
Well,
Ooh.
sadly, we know that didn't go as planned. But, well, after you finish reading along with Professor Smith, he says, "Oh, the face collector," and rather, this address sounds familiar to me, my friend. Rotherhide. I, I, I think I read something on the paper about this. Okay, I think I we need to check some back issues last from this last days because I'm pretty sure I read something about a face collector in the papers. Oh, oh yes, a murder. A face collector was murdered last week. Oh, well, let's don't I don't trust my memory on this matter. So if you like, Tony, could you accompany me? We are going to make a quick trip to the Times and see if we can get some back issues and see if we
Yeah,
can.
let's go.
Yeah, it is still early. This didn't take that much time. Not as long as our friends are taking in their endeavor. But yes, you make it to the Times office, and well, Professor Smith uses his credit rating and standing, his good standing as a professor of the City and Guilds College of the University of London. And yeah, he's giving access to the back issues, and we are there with him, helping him uh, check last week's papers. And he says, "Here it is, here it is. Take a look, Tony. Take a look at this. I knew it was that it rings a bell." And he hands you a newspaper from last Thursday. Going to show it to you, all the players, and to put it in. If you want to read it too, there, it's all yours.
I'll let. Does someone else want to read this one for me?
I'll do this one if you want then. So, a newspaper article from the London Times, the Rotherhithe Fez murder. Cowardly killing of elderly Fez collector. Criminal gang still at large. Last Thursday night, elderly Fez collector Mr. Joshua DeVore, age 17, of number 3 Blithering Lane, Rotherhithe, was murdered during what police say was a burglary of his Rotherhithe residence. Described as eccentric but essentially harmless, Mr. DeVore was brutally bashed to death with a blunt instrument and his house ransacked. Mr. DeVore was noted for his collection of Fezes from all over the world, as well as Fez-related literature and memorabilia. No Fezes appeared to be stolen from Mr. DeVore's extensive collection of that particular headwear. A glass case containing examples of Fez literature in rare books and manuscript was overturned and smashed. Police suspect the damage was done in a mad search for money by the perpetrators. Inspector Kendall of Scotland Yard believes it is the work of a local burglar gang terrorising the vicinity. These rogues are getting bolder. It was only a matter of time before someone was done to death. End quote. The inspector assured the Times reporter that the gang would be apprehended and feel the full measure of the law. Rotherhithe residents are urged to secure their premises at night and to take appropriate precautions towards their persons.
Mr. Smith says, yes, you see, Tony, it's the same address. The same address Matthew spoke. There is no doubt, my friend. This poor old man was murdered by Mencaf and his cronies. But, well, the paper says no faces were stolen. And this was last Thursday, so we didn't have the fest. They had it. So, what could they be looking for? I don't know, but I don't know what else to do. I suppose Mr. DeVore's house is a crime scene now. I don't know if it will be easy to get information. I don't know, and also it's a quite bit late, and I have to go back. Well, get ready, for supper, and well, I have a busy day tomorrow. I have some classes to impart in the morning, but take this information to our friends, and well, something was there, something Mencaf wanted, but we do not know what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe it was the people.
Sorry, what?
Maybe it was the people that they wanted, not the things. So they were looking for that guy, not for affairs.
You will have to investigate. So Smith says his goodbyes to you. Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate your company today. It was invaluable, really. But I have to go back and get ready for tomorrow. Please, I hope what we uncover will help you and the rest of our friends in our investigation. And then he departs to his house.
Okay, I'll go. I presume I'm meeting up with you guys at the bookshop, I guess? We would have told somewhere to meet up, I guess.
Well, yeah, Anthony,
You
you go to the bookshop, okay? There's no one there. A couple of let's say like half an hour later, they show up with this Middle Eastern young man that you do not know, and they are carrying some books and papers and look really tired, and they keep investigating. They told you they are busy investigating during most of the night, but I'm assuming that at some point of the evening you have a little time to talk about what Anthony discovered.
We must have an evening meal together, surely.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you make a quick
All
break
this-
for a
all this
meal.
studying and intimidating and all these vigorous
Yeah.
activities. We
even
must
even
stop
this
for
guy,
dinner, right?
I haven't named him yet.
You think of a name for our. What do you say was from Turkey?
So yes. So
Sunday Google popular Turkish name.
yeah, I want.
late-
I will have.
Late
I don't.
19th century.
I don't want to use something super cliche.
It's not racist to call him Muhammad. Like it's
No,
not
but
racist,
it's
but
so
You know what I mean?
no, not at all. But it's super cliche. I don't know.
I was gonna say Gary.
Gary.
Well, we could. Whereas if Matthew was from Turkey, maybe he's son of a mixed marriage. Like maybe his mother is Turkish and his father is European. Constantinople is under very European influence. So yeah, it's Gary, and his last name is
Nice.
I don't know. I want
Gary
to say
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Okay, Gary
Yeah,
Ahmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. It's got a European first name and a Middle Eastern second name.
And he's there. Well, he just joins for supper with you, and well, then you spend most of the rest of the night, the three of you, Catherine, Angus, and Professor Merriweather, who occasionally, I suppose, he drifts off. But at the end, you have pieced together a quite comprehensive investigation of everything you could find about this terrible artifact. But as you read all your notes and compilation and soak in everything uh, you have learned, well, you have this now. Let's go first with the good, with which is a little tome the all you four have created, for lack of a better term. Um, and you named, well, it's Gary's idea at the end, but you named these notes the Apocrypha of the Fez. And it's a little, see, yes, a little tome of sorts.
Was
You
it
have
the what of the face? Sorry.
the Apocrypha of the Fez. Did I
didn't
show
spell
you this? No, I didn't show you. Now I'm showing you.
Oh, there we go.
Wanna read it, or you want me to read it?
Apocrypha of the face.
I-
I'll do it if you want.
I've done my reading.
Would somebody else like to do this one?
Well,
No.
I can do it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, you put this like a brief. It's a brief summary of what your investigation on the history of the Blood Red Fez. The Blood Red Fez was ever an evil thing, made in the name of unspeakable powers. Powers so awful no sane man would even set down their names. First, the Fez was spoken in the Ottoman courts around 1550, but some suggest it is older than that, dating back to ancient Greece. It was said to have the power to control men's minds and destinies in troll to some ancient evil, old before time. On rewards, drinking, bathing in, or simply spilling the blood of a prince while wearing the fez is said by some to bring princely favors of the dark gods, and by others to be the key to immortality. But such dark entities may view their principalities differently to our own. A warning. Pay heed to this warning, that wearing this abomination called the blood red fez will bring calamitous ruin upon one, as one renders up one's souls and one's mind to the unearthly will of the fez and its terrible masters. Only those most skilled in the ways of the dark arts can hope to survive such a thing, and for them, perhaps, the price is even more terrible. It is possible to control the fez and even hold its terrible purpose. Seekers after dark knowledge should consult the book The Whispering Fez. So you come up with all these things that you annotated, and it has taken its toll, of course. So we are going with the bad thing, and
We're all sad.
of course. Well, no, you don't have to roll. That's automatic. All of you lose 1d4 points of sanity. And
What?
all-
From the study session, from being study buddies.
and
Ugh.
all of you gain 2 percentiles of Cthulhu mythos.
2% of the feelings. Oh, so I lose 3 points of sanity. Fun.
Mary can't afford to lose it anymore.
No, normally, this will be
Catherine.
a book that has to be studied. But since you were the one who researched it and practically put it all together, well, you automatically gain and suffer the consequences and gain the benefits.
So is it
Also, you have
a D4 sanity loss and 2 mythos points.
yes, and you have a ritual that you are not sure if it works, but you have a ritual called Arrest the Phase Decline that is supposed to halt the wasting effect of the phase upon his wearer.
What's it called? Sorry, Leo.
Arrest Phase Decline. That's a new spell.
Red phase decline.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, poor Gary looks pretty shaken after all this, and he says, "Oh, well, my friends, I really, it was a very illuminating and interesting journey, but I don't know, something about this is really making me feel bad, and well, I think I should go home, and I have to get ready for classes, and well, I well, you will have to excuse me, and he just goes away, and
Your boy
makes himself
poor little
scarce.
Young student kid, man. Did he just lose 3 sanity as well?
Oh, yes, he lost
From being part of that. Oh.
he lost sanity just as you. Well, so
Can I check if Catherine's alright? Because she was a little bit unstable like yesterday. So can I check if she's like?
well, this
not with
this
that,
is
with the stuff?
Catherine is 16 out of 25 sanity, and she's 7 Cthulhu points deep. Like,
oh, well, your threshold is still 5. So and it's a new day, so your losses
And you
of
get-
the last day
You got
don't
5
count.
mythos points last time though, so you have 7 mythos points total.
Yes.
Nice. I got
So-
2. That's my first 2 ever mythos points ever.
Okay. Well, that's the first step into the road of madness.
Hey, bring it on.
So, well, you have. I'm trying to check this. Well, I'm going to write it later into the tomes, into a section of the campaign, for the spells, because Arrest the Phase Decline is a spell that you have just learned. And well, with this, we all go to sleep. Well, if you can sleep after all this, well, yes, and
Sorry, did we all learn about this spell, the red
yes,
phase decline?
the three of you who put together this apocrypha of the face.
Oh, so this is like a spell I know.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's a spell. Technically, it's a
learned.
spell.
Oh my days. That's cool.
Hey Leo, real quick. Do
Yes?
you regain magic points?
Yes. Magic points are regained at the rate of 1 per hour.
Oh, much faster than hit points.
Yes, it's a mental energy, and what happens if you run out of magic points? If you hit 0, you pass out. But when an hour passes, you regain 1 and you wake up. But if you keep losing magic points after you're in 0, you begin to lose hit points. But that's in the case you want to power a spell with more than you have of MP, but
You don't die from magic points like you die from hit points or something.
no, no, no. You just pass out. Just you when you lose magic points, you feel tired, and when you hit 0 magic points, you pass out.
And from what I understand from the rules of the game, I've no cast a spell yet in my experience of the game, but from what I understand about magic in the game is when you cast a spell, you use your magic points and your sanity. So
Yes.
you cast your spell, you take a magic points, like you lose so many, like a roll or whatever, and you also have to roll for sanity as well.
You don't have
use
you
that.
don't have to roll
Okay,
for sanity.
so-
You lose an amount of
Oh,
sanity,
right, okay.
like 1d4, 1d6, 1d6, 1d10, depending on the magic spell. And some spells even costs power.
Oh, and power as well,
Because
yeah.
no sane person believes in magic.
That's
I
right.
do.
So, well, here it is. Okay, I'm going to put later. I'm going to put a new section of spells, known spells, from the party in the campaign journal. Okay, but basically this is a short. Oh, and also this spell costs power. So whoever is going to use it is going to lose 5 power. And
Ooh.
it takes 1 minute to cast. This short mantra arrests the usual process of the fest for 24 hours by sacrificing a small amount of life force directly to the hungry fest. 5 points of power are lost. It can be cast by the wearer and also be applied to others by touching their face. Once the sacrifice is made, the wearer suffers no further ill effects from the fest that day, but remains at the same stage of degeneration. So that's the arrest fest decline spell.
We could cast this on somebody. We can make a fez appear on their head.
No, no, you use this from
we
your
use this to stop the
To
fed
stop it.
arrest
from-
just to delay the
for
process.
24
Oh,
hours.
okay.
That's what you have learned from your studies. So, well, the next day arrives, this Tuesday, and you are all together in the. Well, you all spend the night at the bookshop. Were too tired after all this investigation and well, sanity wrenching investigation and creation of a new mythos tome. And well, I suppose you are around, laying about, just Professor Merriweather just sitting in a chair, sleeping.
Leo, if we have transport, and I'm sure if we've got one of us has the credit rating for a taxi for a horse and carriage, then we
It's
don't have to sleep in the shop. I've got a family house with a spare bedroom and a
okay.
wife to make breakfast and
Oh,
stuff.
no problem then. Yeah, I remember that you have a house nearby. So
Not
no,
nearby, a few miles away, outside
But-
of the city centre. Just
the problem is that at the time of the night of the morning you finish doing what you were doing, there are no carriers or about, so you have to spend the night there, all of you. So the next day comes, you all wake up and whatever place did you fall asleep? Where did you fall asleep? It's a bookshop.
What's all in your shop?
shelves. There's a counter in the front. There's a counter with space for one person behind it, and then there's like a little shop that's like not much bigger than a living room and a kitchen combined in your average house with 3 or 4 rows of books.
Right,
There's about enough floor space for the 4 of us and a dog. Just
oh, cool. Tony sleeps naked, so he's naked in the shop window. Maybe with like a book, with one book to cover himself, and Beatrix will snuggle up next to Charles to keep him warm and make sure he doesn't die.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Professor Merriweather, I suppose you found a comfy chair, if there is one, just to
Sweet.
lean on your
Yeah,
cane.
comfy dog.
Where's lady supposed to sleep? Like, nah, I'm joking. I'll just lie on. I'll sleep on the floor, but maybe like Bagsy tucked in behind the counter.
All
A
right.
bit private.
All right. Well, you wake up the next day. Well, you three are tired from your experience last night. Tony is fresh. He just was there for moral support. But well, yeah. Well, you tell me what you want to do this day. You have to depart tomorrow to catch the Orient Express in France. So you have only this day to do whatever you want to
Is
do.
this Tuesday now?
Yes.
Hey. Well, Tony,
Hmm?
do you have enough ammunition for those guns of yours?
Yeah, I think Tony will have restocked at least for today.
Sharpening block for those knives of yours?
Yep.
I
Tony's
can
prepared.
I try and I'm gonna put together a first aid kit, and I've got my survival knife from Tony. I'm gonna take some reading material, my occult books. I'm gonna take my occult books with me.
Okay. You put
Uh,
some occult books in your satchel.
Cigars, chocolate, a letter from my wife.
Oh, well, you go to your house then on the morning.
No. This is we were just thinking about what we're taking with us. Sorry, this was just us planning packing.
Okay.
Like-
No problem
like-
with that.
They're like, Charles, have you got your false teeth and your listening cord? Are you ready?
Ah,
You're walking stick.
Oh man, listen,
need
God,
to-
oh
I
man,
need
I
to
just
pick up a walking stick because my back hurts like a bitch this morning.
Listening cord.
yeah, Professor Merriweather. It was I suppose it had been a long time since you had such a long research night, but
Yeah.
it's a
Think-
bit sleepy. Everyone's a
Maybe-
bit sleepy.
When I told my wife about what's going on, or if she ever gets introduced to the group, she would probably like sew a little pillow or knit like crochet a little pillow for the old man, because she's like that. It's a
Yeah, but that
good
was
reason,
I asked if you what do you do Tuesday morning?
Well, I need to go to my house to pack up stuff, and why don't I take the guys to my house to meet my wife and that, and we can get like some provisions there from a nice family home.
Okay, guys, you want to go with Angus to his house and meet his wife?
Unless
Yeah.
anyone else has got a better
yeah.
idea.
I'll talk to Beatrice and be like, "Let's go, dog." Since I think it's mine now.
I think Beatrice can see there's like old bits of meat in your beard, so she's just looking up at you, like following you around.
Okay, well, yeah, you go to Angus' house and tell us, Angus, how's your wife?
Well, my wife's happy. All three children are away now. The two oldest are working, and the youngest is in university. So we've got 2 spare bedrooms, so there's plenty of space for all of you. We have an ice box, one of these newfangled ice boxes.
Okay.
We had ice boxes in 1896, didn't we? Or 1993.
1893. I suppose. I mean, it's a nice box. It's not like
She makes ice cream anyway. My wife makes ice cream.
it's on those times. I think people just had a literal ice box, just a box, and they put ice on it, and that's all. So I don't
She won
know
it-
if
They're
they.
not rich. She won it in a raffle or something. She won it at the bingo or something. We're not well off or anything. we try to make out that we're comfortable, and there's lots of food in the cupboard for the guests and that, but we're very working class.
You won
But-
this at the bingo?
It was the
I
top
knew I
prize
should've
of the whole
gone.
year, yeah.
Ah.
And it's my wife Mary, she's like, yeah, it was top prize for the whole year, and woo. She's total beaming because she won this thing at the bingo. There you go, aye. She won, so this icebox was top prize for, it was the national prize for the bingo for the year. She goes to the bingo every week, and they do a national
Right.
prize.
You're in like 1893 America. Is it even?
No, we're in
legal
London.
bingo? Or,
You're in
yeah,
London, remember?
Sorry. But is it even legal?
Bingo, yeah. This is gambling time. This is gambling and drinking time. This is before the gambling and drinking.
Yes.
We've got all sorts of drugs and everything at the end. It's the end of the 19th
just
century.
thinking of,
It's great.
I'm just imagining buzz boxes, I think.
So great. Do you tell your wife you plan to travel in the Orient
Definitely,
Express?
we'd have to tell her what's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't tell her about the monster that came up from the dead guy and with the giant
Of
tongues
course, I
and
suppose.
the crazy recipes. I would just tell her that we have to go to Constantinople and it's scientific research, and I'll tell her that I've come out of retirement as a scientist, because although I just was a laboratory technician, I've always told my wife that I was a scientist, and she thinks I'm the man. So
Okay, she
or
said,
like-
okay, honey, I mean, you tell something about Professor Smith, or you just leave him out of this?
I would mention Professor Smith because she knows Professor Smith.
Yes,
so to
she
give her
knows.
still
That's
some
right.
kind of a-
Well, yes, good, Julius. Just please, send him my love when you speak to him. He's one of our best friends.
I will, thank you, sweetheart. And you just make sure you look after the boys. I'll be back in no time.
Oh yeah, well, I'm really envious. You know, the Orient Express is. They say it's super luxurious, like something few people ever see. And it's
So
true.
it's
You can go to the Constantinople in 3
It's an
days.
An innovation, a wonder of the modern world, my darling Mary. And I am going to be able to see it, and I'm going to be able to tell the boys the story. So you just hold the fort here and you look after everything, and I'll be back before you can even shake a leg.
Oh, okay. Take care.
Thank you, sweetheart. Tell the boys I love them.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Well, with that, you pack your things and get ready to.
So I've got so I'm packed now. I've got clothes and cigars and all that stuff now.
Okay,
I think Tony wants to be a bit sneaky. I think he'll be whispering to Catherine about so we know this
I'm gonna be
Medcap-
sneaking around my house, Tony.
No, while you're with the kids, I'll be whispering to Catherine about what does she think about this Medcalf guy? Because we know he's got tickets to the train, the Orient Express. I'm do we see if he's on our train before? We could probably do some sleuthing about before we get on the train to see if he's going to be on our train or.
Well,
Maybe.
the problem with that is that Matthew Pook didn't know when he was going to travel. He just saw him purchase the tickets, but he didn't know when he was going to travel. And well, you already have your tickets purchased and arranged to depart tomorrow. The plan is to rendezvous with von Hoffler in Vienna. He's going to board the train in Vienna, and well, then from there, to Constantinople to meet Professor Demir, and hopefully find a way to destroy the Fez. As Smith told you, if there is a way to destroy the Fez, surely Demir will find it. So, that's Angus packed and ready. Well, the rest of you, what do you want to do today? You want to pursue some of the leads you still have. Uh, we want to go to your house and get ready for the trip.
Yeah. I don't stay in London, so I've been staying in a hotel
Yes, you have
while I was
a friend with you
looking.
in the hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you
Signed up
tell her?
to
What do you tell her?
just that I need to stay in London on business, and that she needs to go back home to the school for me, and she'll leave as planned, but that I'm staying on.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you're going to be okay by yourself here?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh,
I'll go with Catherine. I'm scared she'll get scared by a spider and go insane on the way home or something.
Nah.
and Professor Merriweather, what are you doing after you leave Angus's house? So you're going to stick with Angus? Are you going to stick with Tony and Catherine? Are you going to your house and get yourself ready?
What's it
I
going
don't
to
really
wake him
have
up?
much.
If
I'm
he
just
fell
gonna
asleep
get a
in the
walking
armchair at
stick.
my house, I wasn't going to wake him up. Sorry.
Well, but
Yeah,
at least some like some sleeping gown or something you must have. I mean,
My wife would. It would be comfortable and warm if he fell asleep in my house. That's what
well,
I'm
I
saying, so-
suppose Merriweather said just going to be. I will later by the house and just pack a bag with the essentials and yeah, that's all. He doesn't need much.
Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt. I was just saying, if he fell asleep at my house, it would have been warm and had a blanket over him and everything anyway. So
Oh,
I mean, I probably would be passed out during the time that you're packing and stuff.
yeah, at some
Hopefully
point.
in a chair instead of a floor this time.
Yeah, this the chair you
it'd
see.
be a rocking chair. It was my father's.
Okay, that's ouch. I just picturing Merriweather in the rocking chair, he's sleeping. Like,
Oh, nice rocking chair.
and Angus's wife just brings a blanket and puts it over the old man. Like, you wake up, you wake up, Merriweather, and you see you have a blanket on you. Are you okay, Mr. Merriweather? You seem. I hope you're warm.
Fine. I just had a rough night last night. I've never had to sleep on a floor in my old age.
Oh, that's terrible. Angus, are you putting this poor old man to sleep on the floor of your bookshop?
There's nowhere else to sleep in the shop, I'm afraid, but bar the floor. Mary, sweet darling.
You should
sweetheart,
have
know
given.
that shop's no
you
bigger
should
than
have-
look at the floor.
You should have given the poor old man your cot.
I don't have a bed in the shop, you know this.
You had a cot the whole time.
I never had a cot in the shop.
Sucker.
She's crazy. Mary, go back to bed. Take your lithium.
All right, all right. Well, Angus, you leave your house. Catherine goes to her hotel to send off her friend and get ready her things, and Tony goes with her. And let's say you take the morning, okay, and get your things ready. Well, Meriwether, are you? What do you? Well, actually, Catherine and Tony are the ones who have to spend the morning going to the hotel and getting ready. I suppose Tony at some point will go to his house and get ready in the morning. And Meriwether, you are just to stick with Angus then.
Yeah, I mean, I would just need like a little hand, like duffel bag, you know, of maybe like a change of outfit and then a walking cane.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you go to your house. Well, Angus, you're going to you might accompany.
I can escort Meriwether home, or there'd be a walking cane and a change of clothes for Meriwether here if he really if he doesn't want to go home. I can provide both those things.
But will it fit him?
Absolutely. What size is well, is Meriwether a big man or is he quite a wee man?
What's your size, Meriwether?
My size is 75.
He's tall.
Oh,
He's a
Nah,
tall
I
man.
don't- Nah, probably can't
Tall.
dress him like. Nah, we're a very skinny, small family. Nah, probably can't dress him like.
Well, Meriwether has to go by his house. I suppose Angus, you can
And I'm happy to go with.
accompany the old man. And
Yeah.
well, after that doesn't take too long. And what are you going to do the rest of the day?
Excuse me. Well, I've got everything I need to go for the journey, Meriwether. What do you need to get? Do we need to get anything else for you? Do we
Nope,
need to do
I'm set.
anything?
Nothing for me.
Okay, having your things ready. Well, you have your things ready for the next day, but you still have some time today and Tuesday. There is anything else you want to follow up today?
I mean, we could go to the house that got robbed.
Well, that's what I thought, and I know that it might be taped off, but if we were even just to have a look around outside or drive past or be familiar with it, I thought was a good idea.
Have a look.
Speak to the landlady or whoever owns it.
Okay. So,
Well,
me and Meriwether went home to Meriwether's house and got his clothes and a change of clothes, change of diaper for him. Whatever.
I just imagine he's just packing just his sleeping gown, like this long sleeping gown with the little hat.
Yeah, the
And
pointy,
the balls, yeah, pointy hat. He sleeps in. So, well, you get ready. I suppose you will convene in some place. I suppose your bookshop. Everyone's packed and ready, but well, since you still have time to follow some leads, you are armed with a bit more of knowledge that you had before, but maybe you can find out more before you depart. So, did you say you wanted to go then to the house that was robbed?
I thought we should go past it at least.
Well, hang on, because Tammy wants to finish at 12 or roughly nearish 12. Is it worth saving for next week or should we?
Um, yeah, the next week.
For next time, sorry.
Next time, but next week, it's going to be complicated. I think because we have been. Well, it's like midnight over there for you guys. So look, if you want, we can do the. If you want to go to this house, you can go there. That should not take too much, but and we can stop the session with you guys departing, going to the train, going to catch
Yeah,
the train.
good place.
That's a good
Good place
place,
to
yeah.
stop.
Okay.
Good place to stop. Yeah.
It's not
Great.
a problem
Works
for me.
better.
If it's okay with you,
Works
Tammy.
better continuity wise as well. Like,
Hey, that's the team effort. I'm proud of you, Tammy. Well done. It's
on-
no problem for me.
Okay.
I'm on Twiglet. I'm on Twiglet's power now, so I've got a few more minutes.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, but I can't stay super late. I still want
I
to
can't.
finish.
No.
As
Well,
soon as
that's
possible.
what we are going to take. Like this is going to take like 15 minutes, I suppose.
Oh, that's fine.
And
Perfect.
then we leave this session there as you depart
That's
to
perfect. I appreciate
for
it.
your trip. Okay. Uh,
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you all go to this house. I want to take a look at the house number 3 on Rotherhide Street. Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah. Well, you pass by this house in the front. On the front of the house, you just pass by, and it's a single, it's a small cottage. Probably it has one bedroom only. It's closed, of course, and you see a constable guarding it. And when you pass by, you notice you check the place out. You notice there is a back door. The constable is just guarding the front entrance. He's just standing there with a bored look in his eyes. You
So are we going to try and get in the back then?
Well,
or you
many
can
of us.
you could try to convince.
I'm happy to just. I'm happy to talk to the cop while the rest of you go around the back if you want.
I could talk to him as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
Are you going to try to just distract him, or just try to see if you can convince him to let you guys in?
I was
Oh.
thinking
they'll not-
engage in
they'll-
full-blown conversation while they go round the
Yeah.
back. That
But
was my
ask
plan.
him, but distract him with actual sensible questions because he might just answer you. So like
Oh.
ask actual helpful questions while you're bothering him.
Okay, then your intention is to distract him. Okay, that will require a charm.
Like Tammy says, ask him proper questions about it.
Okay, but
Same time.
to distract him,
Yeah.
you will need a fast talk or a charm roll to grab his attention and distract him successfully. And the guys that are going to, or the guy that is going to go into the back will need stealth.
Okay.
I rolled
And
the charm.
okay, and possibly locksmith, because it may be locked.
So Charles is coming with me to chat the guy up,
Yeah.
and Tony and Catherine go round the back. Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
Good luck.
Stealth it.
Yes, Tony.
It's stealth it.
Do you
We
need me to
stealth
roll
it.
right.
charm as well?
Okay, stealth, Catherine and Tony. All right, cool, perfect. Well, you Charles and Angus come up to this constable and begin to chat him up. And how does that look? What do you say to this man, the two of you?
Well, I'm using charms, so it's mostly just like talking to him about how you doing, and like, oh, it's funny seeing you at this time of night, and did you hear about the murders round there, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just trying to confuse the guy with my niceness. Like, I'm not even talking about anything that's relevant to anything. I'm just chatting him up. Oh, this is the old man. This is Merryweather. Merryweather, say hello to the. What's your name, sir?
Stevens. I'm Constable Stevens.
Constable Stevens. It's lovely to meet you, Constable Stevens. So many of my best friends are in the police force. It's lovely to meet another one. I think you'll probably be my friend, Constable Stevens. It's Angus Alexander the First. I want to shake your hand, and so I'm just giving him the bullshit, and
you are quite
yeah,
charming.
I'm giving him the secret handshake just to make sure, see if he is or not, see if he isn't.
All right, yeah, you charm the guy up. He is well, at least you are amusing him because he was really bored, and you just are making his day. Or
Right, get in there, boys, get in there.
meanwhile, Catherine and Tony very stealthily get into the back of the house, and unfortunately, it's locked.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
And Catherine, have you got any lockpicking skills with all your...
My locksmith is only 1, so no.
Mine's 1 as well. I
Okay.
could...
Well,
I think
anyway.
You
pretty
could-
strong.
Yes, you could try to
Strong.
break down the door. It's not a very strong door, but it might grab the attention of a certain Constable Stevens. You know what?
Oh, I've got Stevens under wraps. Don't worry about Stevens.
Let's.
bonus dice for,
I'm going
for
to.
doing
I'm
it.
going to I'm going to let you go without without making it. You can go ahead, okay? You don't know this, but yeah. Constable Steve is pretty distracted. You got a hard success, Angus. So yeah, it's pretty distract. This. So go ahead, do a strange check. Yeah, you kick down the door. Angus, you hear from the back a bang, and Constable's just like he seems to have noticed the noise. What do you do? Quick, what do you tell him?
Oh, me and Seamus, we went way back. We were, and I think we knew this gentleman too. I'm just gonna start talking louder and babbling.
Yeah, you speak loud, like a deaf man will talk. What did you say? Okay, I'm going to let you go, get away with this with that hard success, guys. So you kick down the door, Tony and Catherine. You have access to the house. Okay. The interior of the house, as the papers say, has been ransacked. There are faces everywhere, from all types, colors, etc., etc. There is a smashed cabinet, smashed glass cabinet on the floor in the living room, and you see a dark brownish stain there.
Blood.
It's Twiglet sauce.
So, well, what do you do? There is a little studio there with these roll top desks that were used in that time.
Is it just one story?
Yes,
One
it's
level?
just one story. It's a very small cottage. In fact, there is only bedroom there. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna have just a quick look around and just see if there seems anything odd, or I know it's been ransacked, odd or like out of place, or
Okay, we have a spot here. Success, a hard success. Catherine, you begin to look around. Well, it's hard to make any sense of this disaster here, but you go to this roll top desk in the studio and open it, and you find some papers, and you begin to search, and you see a letter addressed to the late Mr. Joshua Devore from one Mr. Leeds from Pera, Constantinople.
ooh,
It offers the princely sum of £100 for the book The Whispering Face. The letter says he understands that this book has recently come into Mr. Devore's possession. There is no envelope or no address from the sender. The letter is dated 2 weeks previous to this day. And also, you see laying there a ledger. It's a big ledger. You peruse it and see it's some kind of this ledger contains the details of all the faces and books of this collection for insurance purposes. It's a very big tome. Maybe with some accounting skills you could get some information from it quickly.
Or we could take it
Catherine.
and take it to the person
Catherine.
who we're
We should-
helping.
We should definitely. This is an account of all the phases. We should definitely document this. Bring this.
I know, but it's massive.
Yeah, it's a big ledger. It's like there's all
right.
ledgers.
That's fine. I've got a book bag and 2 strong shoulders. We can take it.
Didn't you say you filled it with occult books for the trip?
Aye, but I can put them in a briefcase and someone else can carry them. There's 5 of us. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
but
can
we're
carry
down-
it, but
Ledger. We can
We're
carry a
standing.
ledger.
We're inside this house, and you're standing outside talking to this
Yeah,
cop. We're in a briefcase and a
Alright,
ledger.
sorry, yeah. I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there.
yeah, you're not there.
Tony would be like, if we can't study it, just rip some pages out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But that
So none
that
of you
other
have
thing-
accounting, I suppose, no?
no,
Well,
I've only got 5.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm going to I can take a library use
Yeah,
check, but it's
I
going to
do
be hard.
actually. I do have accounting.
Yes, but you're not there. But I'm
Not
going to
there, exactly.
you can either grab the
Oh, well,
ledger,
anyway.
but the problem is that it will be harder to sneak out back the same way with the ledger in tow. Okay, let's check the rolls. Low on accounting, failure and failure. Well,
Hmm.
Push the
well,
low one.
you can
You show
use
you
1
good.
point of luck. Okay, I'm not going to tell you if you want to
Aye.
spend the point of luck or not. It's
Excuse me.
I'll spend it.
Excuse me.
okay.
Yeah.
Mark. Remember, guys. Remember to mark your successes because I always forget to tell you. But when you have a success that accomplishes something in the game, remember to mark the skill so you can have an improvement roll later. Okay, remember. So mark accounting.
Library use.
No,
You roll,
you.
damn
It was.
Low.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. It was low.
hold
Well,
on.
but you have how much of a sorry. That was not a success then. It's just low. You have accounting how much? Just
1.
and library use.
20. So my roll would have been the same.
Oh, the same. But as I said, I can take library use, but it's going to be hard because it's not the appropriate skill. It's just a similar skill, but not the same. So no, you can't make anything out quickly.
You can still
in
get it
this
with luck
ledger.
points though, because she's rolled a 21.
But don't
Maybe
spend the
to be
luck.
hard.
Put your don't
No,
don't spend
but
it.
it had to be hard.
And don't spend the luck. Don't spend the luck. So well,
There any-
it's
there
a very
any-
look. It's a very long ledger that details in fastidious detail every single fest and book this man had. You remember, Tony, from the paper that according to the police, no fest was stolen. So
But what if they were looking for the red one? Can I quickly scan the page to see if I can see?
there are a lot. You see around you, there is a lot of red faces of every
Okay.
single size and shape.
That's the face color, really, isn't it?
Well, no, there are other colors, but there are a lot of red and different tones of red faces. So
Can I be looking around the house for this Whispering Fez book?
you
'Cause he
search.
has it,
Well, you search every book that
allegedly.
there are several books laying about this smashed cabinet. You check these books. None of them is the Whispering Fez.
And that's all the
Okay.
books in the house.
Yes.
Like, I mean, like in that room, yeah.
Yes.
We can
Yes.
safely say either the book's not here, so either someone has it, but it's probably not here.
Yeah. You search the house. You don't
Okay.
find any more books, really.
I just wanted to say as well that I would put that letter in my pocket. The letter that I found before the ledger.
All right. Perfect.
I would put that. I would put
Perfect.
that in my pocket,
Perfect.
and then I would
Okay.
probably suggest getting the hell out of here.
If you guys are ready to leave the house, I'm not going to make you roll again. If you leave just the same as you entered,
Okay.
if you leave the ledger, if you want to take the ledger with you, it's going to be another roll because it's a different thing to make it
Nah.
to
None of us have got accounting to look at anyway, so.
well, a guy that
do
runs a
know
shop
that.
should know some accounting, but you're not sure, and it's a risk. So
Fine, Tony will try. Tony doesn't mind.
okay,
So,
Tony, go ahead
another
and
stealth roll.
another stealth roll.
Okay. I'll let Catherine go out first in case I make a loud noise or something.
Okay, Catherine, you
Thank
clear
you.
out. You clear out. You manage to clear
Yeah.
out, and he's going to try to sneak about with.
Hey,
Oh, a hard
success.
success.
Big
Well,
Tony.
You are very sneaky and grab the ledger and manage to get past this constable with this big book on toe. And yeah, Charles and Angus, so your friends by the with you see your friends clear out the house while you're still
Dead.
speaking with Constable Stevens.
Anyway, Stevens, it was lovely speaking to you.
Ah, me
Listen,
too,
man.
me too, lad. Thank you.
Clean up your act.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Disgrace.
Yeah, sir. Take care. And
I have a lovely. And thank you very much for your service, of course.
That's no need, sir. No need. It's my
I'm sure it would
duty.
be nothing without
Do you
you.
not see his shoes? They're all muddy. He doesn't even keep up his uniform.
Charles, he's just a young man. Give him a chance.
Have some respect
Sorry,
for the
sir.
uniform.
Sorry, sir. Sorry,
Aye,
sir.
Of course, Charles. But have some leniency for the younger generation. They're only just learning. They don't have your nobility. Give him a chance. He's just a young man member. And I'll give.
What are we doing out here?
I'll give the policeman a little wink as we leave.
Sir,
Don't worry about it, son.
Mr.
Don't worry
Alex-
about
Mr.
it, son.
Alexander,
I've got
is
the old
your
man.
is your what is your age again, Angus?
50.
Oh well, and Charles is like 60 something.
67.
67.
Well, he says, oh, Mr. Alexander, is he your father? Your father he's all right. He's,
I wish this man was my father. I only just wish this man was my father, and you wish this man was your father. This is Professor Charles Merriweather, and you'll be honoured that you met him this evening. And we'll have a good eve, and thank you so much for your audience. We will be going now. Goodbye.
Sure,
Thank you.
sure. Take care, good sir. Well, you clear out the premises, and
That was nice
the
work,
two of
Tony.
you see Tony, who apparently got frozen in his camera, but Tony has this book. Oh, I think Martin. We lost Martin.
Time out.
Time out.
Wait, for clarity, did he take the ledger? He didn't. It was too heavy.
Yes,
he
he
did.
has. He
Yeah,
has
he
the
did.
letter.
Yes,
That's
come
what the hard
on.
Okay.
success
Oops.
was.
Okay. Well, everything moved. So.
All right, he's coming back.
Oh,
There
he's
we go.
coming back. He's coming back. So no.
My
No.
no.
No problem. We're good then. All right. Then yeah. Well, you see Tony with this big book, this ledger, And
Good work,
well,
Tony.
well, guys,
Good work.
you meet up with your friends. What do you do?
I just
Uh,
throw the book at
Congratulate
Angus and
Tony
be
on a
like,
job well done, first of all. Well done, good chap. Well done.
"That's my job to steal stuff
Aye, aye.
for you nerds."
Well done, and I'll shake your
I
hand
mean-
on a job well done, and I'll start to peruse the book.
Yeah, I'll
Wait,
tell them that I
wait,
found a
where are we
letter of
meeting?
interest.
Are we
But
back
we
at,
need to go. Yeah, we have to go some. We shouldn't
we
be
back
reading
at
a
the
book
bookshop?
outside a crime scene.
Yeah, are we going back to the bookshop or to my house or somewhere else?
Bookshop makes sense. We've got to look over this stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not sleeping on a floor again.
Well, I could get.
I
Well,
bet we could book a taxi. There'll be like a local horse and carriage guy, and we tell him to come back at whatever time.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could have, well, but that's cost money. No taxi.
I've got
but
I've got
it's all
money.
expenses paid on the Baron. Hang on, I'll
I've got
check his
money.
name.
Yeah, Catherine's the rich one, so
Anyway, you unless you're planning the
Oh, no.
long night again, you can find transportation to your houses or whatever, or to at night, just not that super late at night. Okay, so you convene then in the bookshop then. Okay, well, I assume you share your information with them, with what your findings.
Aye.
That
well-
Whispering Fez is what we had in the Apocrypha.
Sorry.
The warning from the extracts from the Apocrypha
Mm.
of the Fez.
Mm-hmm.
It mentioned the Whispering Fez, so
Yes, but it wasn't nowhere to be found. There was this letter that Mr. DeVore received 2 weeks ago from one Mr. Leeds, and he offered 100 pounds for the book. It's a very high sum of money. It is the equivalent of $500
Now,
at the
I'm-
time.
I'm a book dealer. That's my profession. Do I know anything about this book? Have I heard of this before now? Or is
You
this
you
first
haven't
time?
never you haven't never you haven't never never heard of this book before, but
Can you not
maybe
get in touch with
maybe
your contact?
make an accounting roll, because you can search the ledger for all the books this man has. Okay.
Oh, come on. Can I push
Push
the
it.
roll, please?
There is no bad consequence for it.
It's
You
50-50.
don't- you
I
don't-
might as well.
You don't get much information about uh the contents of the collection. You say you are going to have to trust the police when they say no Fez is missing, but you do find a collection of books there, and you fail to quickly find the Whispering Fez. But you see, you know that this book, the book, The Whispering Fez, by the information you can find there, is not not the particular book, but you know as a book dealer that a book that costs, that if someone is willing to pay 100 pounds for a book, it must be a very, very, very valuable one for that person, because for a book to be valued for insurance purposes in 100 pounds, it must be like a super rare old manuscript or something like that. And for by what you see here is not that case. It's just a book. It's a rare book, but not a manuscript, not an original manuscript or a scroll or something really, really with a huge historical value. Okay,
So its bounty is way much more than this
yes,
book's actual
it's,
value.
it's pretty evident to you that you don't know by how much, but you don't think the official value of the book is for a collector. For I mean, the market is that. So this Mr. Leeds must really want the book.
It's probably for the knowledge that it contains more so than
Yeah.
Well,
anything else. But
like
do we
about
see a transaction at all for the book? Like, did it sell for the £100 to
Okay,
whoever was interested?
I'm not going to make you sweat more with this later. If you go, you four of you commit the rest of the night. You're not going to have to sleep on the floor. Just the rest of the afternoon to read this ledger. Yes, you will see that. Well, you don't know. You can't know if they stole a face because you don't have the faces with you to count them. But you will have to trust the report. But you don't see any transaction for the book at all. Um, if you check the last 2 weeks in transactions, you don't see any transaction for the book. And you do find at some point in the night, you do find the book was a lot, was part of a lot from an auction house, and it was valued officially in £25 by his antiquity and rarity, but nowhere close £100.
So I'm thinking he either didn't notate the sale of the book due to whatever reason, or that's what was stolen by whoever burglared his home and killed him.
Aye, it was stolen or the buyer was anonymous.
Well, it's pretty clear. This information, you have this information in the journal. Matthew Pook was watching these people while they were casing the house of this poor man. So, well, it's 2 and 2. Well, it's pretty safe to say who murdered this guy. So, with this, that takes you the whole night, and you have to, if you want to catch a ride to your house or whatever place you want to sleep more comfortably and get ready for your trip, you have to go right away and go to the next. This day is spent, and well, it's Wednesday. You have to depart today for to catch the Orient Express in France because the Orient
This
Express.
is the Tuesday night before the Wednesday morning, right? Can I make sure Meriwether goes home and gets a proper night's sleep in his bed?
Proper 14-hour old man sleep, just like most of
Well,
the
it's
day.
like a 4-hour sleep. They sleep less and less as they get older.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Old people sleep way less.
It's
and
true,
less.
yeah, old people sleep less and less. Like
It's just broken up throughout the day.
Well,
Constantly
you have to wake up early because you got to be ready to the next day. The next day you depart from the Victoria Station at 10 a.m. in the morning to make a connection with the Orient Express because the Orient Express does not pass or does not depart from London. It departs from France. So, well, we're
we go
going
from
to
Victoria Station, London to.
yes.
Are we going to Dover from there? Where are we going from there?
Yes, actually, you will do a very pleasant journey out of the city and into the countryside. Yes, from the countryside of Kent to Dover. There you will board a steamer that will take you across the channel to Calais, and you arrive at Calais at 1:40 p.m. Then, after that, after a short stay in the afternoon, you take the connecting service from Calais to Chalon-sur-Marne. And, well, there at that station, you will join the Orient Express. And in the night and the evening, at 10:26 p.m., this service is clock accurate almost always. And well, let's leave this session here, so you can. So we do the proper boarding in the train and all the stuff with plenty of time.
Yeah.
But let's just leave our friends as they await. They await the connection to the Orient Express. Okay. They're
We're boarding the train at Cal. No, we're boarding the train at Cal. No, at London.
Yes, you board a train in London. It takes you to Dover. You take a steamer there, then to across the channel to Calais, and then there you take a connecting service to Chalons-sur-Marne, and in that station there you will join the Orient. When the Orient Express passes there, you will join your carriage will join the Orient Express. But we're going to leave that for the next session, where our investigators board the Grand Orient Express. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you for playing, guys.
Hey, thank you.
And thank you, everyone who was watching the stream. I hope. Well, I don't know when the next session will be. It's supposed to be going to be next year. So,
well, I was going to say.
Yeah, but can we talk about it later? Because
yeah.
I really have to go, and I want you guys to finish Twitch first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for everybody. We'll see you next year. And well, that's it. Take care and see you next year.